Hi, Phil the Fat Burner here, and in this video I want to give you a quick guide on how to estimate serving sizes. Now, serving sizes are super important if you want to lose weight, because serving sizes control calories. And if you eat less calories than what you need, you're going to lose weight, and if you eat more calories than what you need, you're going to gain weight. So serving sizes become super important. Okay, the first method to estimate serving sizes is the quick method, where all you need is your hand and your eye. Okay, so when I'm constructing a meal, these are main meals, what I do is I first start with my protein. Okay, so protein should be roughly the size of your palm and also the width of your palm. Okay, so someone who's bigger is usually going to have bigger hands, so they're going to get a bigger portion size. Someone who has smaller hands are usually smaller, therefore they're going to get a smaller portion size. So after I've got my protein sorted, then I'm going to look for usually some sort of carbohydrate source. And for this instance in carbohydrates, I'm talking about starchy carbohydrates. So those sorts of carbohydrates are going to be your pasta, rice, sweet potato or other root vegetables, those sorts of foods. For those sorts of foods, I'm going to use my fist. So a serving size would be the size of my fist. Again, someone smaller is going to get a smaller serving, someone bigger is going to get a bigger serving. Okay, so I've got my protein sorted first, I've got my starchy carbs sorted second. Next I'm going for fibrous carbs, okay, which are going to be more your vegetables. So they're going to be carbs like your broccoli, cauliflower, spinach, tomato. Okay, they're going to have less calories and less carbs, so therefore I'm going to be able to have more of a serving sizes. So for that, I'm looking for 2 fists, okay? 2 fists. After I've got my protein, I've got my starchy carb source, I've got my fibrous carb source. Next, I want to add a little bit of healthy fat to that, so I can have a full, complete meal. So for healthy fats, I'm looking for the size of my thumb. So the size of my thumb, we're going to be looking at stuff like a bit of avocado, some olive oil, or some nuts. So it's going to be the serving size of your thumb. And the reason that's a smaller serving sizes is because it's less calorie. There's more calories in fat, therefore we can have less of it. So that's the first method, is hand and eye. We're looking for protein, the size of your palm and the width of your palm. Starchy carbohydrates, the size of your fist. Fibrous carbohydrates, 2 fists. Any serving is fats, about the size of your thumb. And that's going to be a really easy method to keep your calories in check. Okay, so the second method to serving sizes is actually measuring out your food, and this is going to be a lot more precise. So you're going to be close to measuring out what you need, but it's going to be a lot more time consuming, which can be difficult for some people. So you need to sort of work out what sort of person you are. You're someone who's looking for a quick method, which is the one I just looked at before, or are we okay to measure stuff because we want to be a little bit more precise? So there's a few tools that you need. Okay, first one is you're going to need this thing. So this is a food scale. Okay, you can buy them cheap, you can get them in any supermarket. They cost you about $10. Okay, so what you're going to be doing is, when I talked about measuring out my protein first, because that's how I'm starting every main meal, I'm going to start with my protein. For females, a rough guide, everyone's going to be a little bit different, is about 100 grams of cooked meat for a female. Okay, so that could be your beef, chicken, turkey, fish. About 100 grams is going to be good for most females. So you're going to cook that, and then you're going to weigh it cooked on those scales. Okay, after that, I talked about choosing a starchy carbohydrate source. So that was stuff like your sweet potato or other root vegetables, or you might go with some oats, or you're going to be going with some rice or some pasta. For that, you're going to be measuring out a cup. So this is the second thing you'll need, a cup cooked. That's what you're going to measure any starchy carbohydrates with. Okay, and if you notice that cup, that's going to be very similar to the size of my fist that I just mentioned before. Okay, and the third thing I'm going to be choosing is I'm going to be choosing my fibrous carbohydrate sources. So I talked about cauliflower, broccoli, spinach, tomato, those sorts of stuff, eggplant, anything like that. Okay, we're going to be measuring out 2 cups worth. Okay, 2 cups, and it's going to be working out to about the same as 2 fists. Okay, so that's going to be the third thing that you choose. Okay, now just bear with me for 1 second. third source that we talked about, we were measuring out fats, or the fourth thing was going to be measuring out fats. And I said the size of your thumb before. Well, this one, I just use spoon. You can use measuring spoons, but I just got a tablespoon there, and that's how I'm going to be measuring out my fats. Maybe a little bit bigger, but we're getting pretty close there, okay? So that's it, guys. So you've got two methods for measuring out your serving sizes. You can use your hand and your eye, okay, which is nice and simple, nice and easy. You can do it anywhere, even if you eat out. Second method is you're going to be using some tools to actually measure out your food. You'll need a food scale, which is really important. You're going to need some measuring cups, and you're going to need some measuring spoons, okay? Now, once again, when I talked about starting your main meal, we start with the protein, measure out that first, some starchy carbohydrates, some fibrous carbohydrates, then some healthy fats. That's it for this video. Hope that was helpful, and I'll see you next time.